Okay, my friend, we are live here at Medinah Country Club for the Chicago Platform Tennis Charities live stream league night. And I am here with an illustrious young man who is both a gentleman and a scholar running the Medinah tournament coming up for the weekend. I think you should introduce yourself.
Sure. This is Anthony McPherson at Medinah Country Club here. Happy to have the CPTC live stream this week.
Yeah, if you guys don't know Anthony, you definitely should, because there's nothing that he doesn't do in the world of paddle. As you watch him set up for a tournament, you realize that he's a man of so many talents. It is ridiculous.
Yes, I put up snowboard banners, the best.
Yeah, you're number one. All others are number two or lower when it comes to getting snowboards going. So one of the cool things about Chicago Paddle is that we have a Southwest League in addition to the North Shore League.
Yes.
And they have split off some of the, would you say, some of the like larger series?
Absolutely.
That would have been, 25 teams deep. They've kind of made it so that there is everybody has the ability to play a little bit more local. So this is Southwest Series 9
yes, Southwest
tonight,
Series
I think.
9,
Yeah.
which is I think a very high quality level. I think what you're going to see tonight are some former top tennis players who maybe got into paddle a little bit later in life, but have tons of
Like
skill.
all of us, you mean?
Yeah,
Is
yes,
that what
yes, like all of us, but have tons of skill.
Yeah, this is always a good spot to be, I think, when we can travel and see a whole bunch of different players and levels. And this is one of those things where, just by sheer proximity of kind of where we have been and where the stream team has been working, we don't probably get to the Southwest region enough, to get some streaming in. So it's always cool to, especially build, piggyback off some tournaments and, the stuff that you guys are obviously working on getting going, here for this weekend. So this is a APTA Tour event coming up, correct?
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Yep.
And pretty full draws, even though a couple days ago it looked like, oh, maybe we're kind of light, but then all of a sudden an explosion of signups.
I know, probably combination of cost for flights. We had a women's event here local last week, so I'm sure a few of them were waiting to see kind of how their bodies felt after playing a full tournament.
Right.
Back-to-back weekends.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, it all came together. We're going to have a 16 draw for the women's and a full 32 for the men's.
Yeah. Well, you're a little bit more familiar with these guys. Do you want to introduce these players to everybody?
Absolutely. So on the far side, we've got Ruth Lake Country Club, coached by director of paddle over there, Mike Franco.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Franco is there.
And this is Mike Garber, serving, lefty. Played a couple matches against his brother, I believe, Jim, who's also a lefty.
That's cheating. When there's multiple lefties on the court, I declare that cheating.
Absolutely. And his partner is Rob Cook, and that's from Ruth Lake. Switching sides here.
Yeah, so I think Mike just held serve there to start us off. Is that correct?
That is correct.
Sweet.
Yeah, we've got to keep track of that too.
It's good. Yeah, I'm a multi-talented individual here, Anthony. I can do everything.
So serving right now from Medinah Country Club is Anton Cruz, former top 10 in the country, Division I at Minnesota.
Oh, wow.
And his partner Scott Wojtek, who is a good golfer, grew up a tennis player in Texas, and has truly embraced paddle. It's been fun to see.
It's always pretty awesome when guys that have a rackets background like that can really start to get into it. And then you hope that they don't pick up any bad habits from just trying to win all the time. You know what I mean? It's the toughest part of, high-level players getting into the game.
Very true. Well, you're going to see in this match that Anton loves to drive the ball,
Uh-huh.
just like every tennis player.
Yep.
And Scott Wojtek is afraid to make an error. So you'll see.
It makes them practically the perfect team.
Makes them a great team. Absolutely. Pretty good combination.
Yeah. Yeah, if you can get an alpha and a beta together, it's usually the way you want to play. Nice action on his serve as well.
Nice little kicker there.
Yep. All right, so I think 1-1 here.
Yep, 1-1. Get the lefty switch going here.
Ooh, just a little
That
bit.
is uncharacteristic. I think he might be a little amped up, Matt.
No.
Being on the live stream tonight.
No, that's clearly impossible.
Oh, great shot.
Yeah, good dig.
Another great lob, but the beauty of the righty-lefty there.
Yeah. Yeah, that team has to be able to play together enough to get comfortable with that. You know, you hopefully don't just take it for granted, but you know, because anybody could sort of hit any ball, there's a tendency where if you have never done it before. We had a team once switch the lineup up just before the match started because a guy walked on the court and went, "Wait, you're lefty?" And they hadn't played together before, and he was like, "We got to switch this up. This guy's left-handed."
I'm not doing this.
Oh, nice touch.
I'm not doing this tonight.
Yeah, he was like, "This is not the time to learn."
Yeah, that's great. Yeah, this year I'm playing with our head pro here, Eric Cole.
Oh yeah.
And he's a lefty, so it's been nice to play some league matches. Play some league matches with him and get used to, you know, what balls he likes to hit overheads off of, and you know, that communication part is key.
Oh, that was a nice little dodge. I thought he was going to make the spin.
Dip, dodge, dive.
That's right. So what's the toughest part about getting ready for a tournament here at Medinah?
Oh, you know what? I think the you know, the operations part is probably the easiest part. Our club is used to you know, from a food and beverage standpoint and running events. You know, super staff, super prepared, and so that part is probably the easiest. The toughest is likely just, I don't know, I'd say more so making sure everybody's on the same page with me and Mark, and picking the draw and match times, and recruiting good players to come play your tournament, stuff like that. There's a lot of work that goes into that, and yeah, I would say that's it. I will say that the second hardest, but was fairly easy this year, because it was our second year running the tournament. Getting sponsors was amazing. Our sponsors for the Medinah Cup this year, a lot of repeat sponsors and a couple new ones. So it's exciting to have that support from both you know, Medinah members that are supporting it, and also Glen Ellen you know, Glen Ellen Platform Tennis Club members,
Right.
You know, who own businesses and willing to support, you know, our passion. You know, Mark Cunnington out of Glen Ellen and mine here at Medinah.
Oh, what a pick.
That was amazing.
Oh, wow.
Man.
Great hands.
Silky smooth.
By Scott Wojtek.
So let's see here. I'll do maybe a little push. Yeah, that's his thing.
That's it. I mean, if you can get that ball to drop below the net, it is not an easy volley.
Absolutely.
Although that was a nice, aggressive, high screen drive there. Oh, and the lead cord gets
Look,
it on the
he's
changeover.
apologizing. Inside, he is not sorry.
Yeah, no,
can
I
tell
don't
you that.
think. Sorry, not sorry.
Sorry,
Wave
I am
that's
not
involved there.
sorry. Absolutely. So, fun fact about Anton Cruz, used to be teammates with Brian Uline
Oh, really?
at Minnesota.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's cool.
But-
Small world when
but
it
did
comes to
not
racket
play-
sports.
Yeah, but did not play paddle up until we got it here in 2017.
Amazing.
at Medina. Yeah.
He was just he just ran out of excuses basically. This
Yeah,
is
I
what
think
happened,
so.
right? You were
Yeah.
like, well, my club doesn't have courts, that kind of thing.
I think so. I think so. But I think also, the fun part about paddle is if you have somebody who it might be a little burnt out from competitive tennis, and later in life you pick up a passion of paddle. It kind of gives you new life, and I think that definitely speaks volumes for Anton.
Yeah. Yeah, I hear it. I definitely notice that, like, it's that second wave of, just a little deep. It's that second wave of competition, right, where it's like you maybe played, whatever in high school and college, and then you got your career started, and then you had some kids, and all of a sudden you were like, wait a minute, I should still be doing something.
Absolutely. I mean,
plenty of people finding it later.
Absolutely. Excuse to get out with some friends, who you already golf with, year round. And, ultimately it doesn't matter if you win or lose because you're already making a living doing something else.
A little less pressure when there isn't a check on the line.
Exactly.
All right,
Right now,
I think this is 40-15.
I think so too. Let's see here. So Scott Wojtek, same thing. He actually has a really nice spin serve, but he never brings it out. His first volley, we've discussed it. His first volley is so good that why risk it?
Yep. Oh, that's a nice little fake there. Okay, I guess that was not the score, and I lied to you. Nice.
Ooh.
Yep. Saw the wind up on that one. Starting to put some more action on the ball. Great volley.
Wow. Nice little push.
Yep. Good pressure there.
That was.
All right, well, now I'm going to call it deuce.
Yeah, let's call it deuce for now.
One of the hazards here of the stream team is, I shouldn't say hazards, but just every once a season it seems like we have the perfect storm. And Sean Albrecht, who is, God, I love him to death, and he's so stable. This week he told me, like 6 months ago, he's like, I got this national sales meeting. I can't get out of it. I can't do the stream.
Yeah,
I was like, that's no problem. Cal and I can, handle it.
Sure.
And then Cal calls me today, and he's like, I have mono.
Oh,
And he's got like 102 fever. He's feeling miserable. And I was like, dude, don't come. It's fine. I'll figure it out. And so he was nice enough to send me a buddy of his, Garrick, who he's done a bunch of projects with in the past, who helped me set up all the equipment. But as a result, I'm sitting here talking with you and trying to run the score.
Absolutely.
And simultaneously screwing it up left and right.
Well, we'll get it after this game.
Yeah, as long as the games are there. But this is now you see why we look for the volunteers during tournaments to sit there with an iPad only keep track of it.
That's right.
Wow, that was
That's
a great flex.
Oh yeah, Wojtek with the back.
Okay, so that's game there.
All right,
And we
Medina's
are
up.
full circle
3-1
back
here.
to Mike Garber to serve, I think.
That's right. Fearless lefty standing outside.
Outside
of the,
the
court.
edge.
Standing outside of the court right now.
Oh,
but he did bring his foot over.
Totally
so
worked.
I think it's totally legal. That was unique. I like it. Oh, yeah.
Such a great spin serve. That
See
is
if-
going to be a problem.
Yeah, we'll see if these guys make an adjustment, be willing to let it go to the screen, and
This just
super
happens to
important
be-
to take the risk. Even if you lose the point, at least you get to see how the ball reacts. Although they probably should have done that in warm-ups, don't you think?
I mean, you got to win the warm-up.
That's right. That's a great lob. Oof.
Just a little bit. 40 love.
See what Mr. Cruz does here.
Yeah, this is tough. Some of these are.
Took a little
You
lob.
feel like you need to be careful with it because it's spinning so much, but if you don't do anything but stick your paddle out, it spins right off
Absolutely.
in the opposite direction.
Yeah, it kicks way right, I
Yep.
think.
And the smart change-up of the serve pace on that last one. All right, there it is. All right, so 3 serving 2, Medinah here.
3-2 on return.
On return.
On return.
We're playing solid paddle right now. We are on return. You always like to see that. That's a good pick.
Very nice.
Maybe just pushed it a little bit wide with that early direction change.
Well, that just proves it, goes to show you that, high lob, don't aim too deep, falling right out of the sky.
Yeah.
It's a little tougher.
Just lob in the court.
Yeah. Just
What's the best lob? The lob that goes in the court?
the lob that goes in, absolutely. Adjustment on the return there. Compensated for the spin a little. Just deflecting it. Ooh. That was mean.
Yeah, nice pick there. I'm going to do the same thing I did last time here. Assume it's 40-15, but I can't see all of the angles and tight calls from this.
Yeah, I believe Medina lost the first
position.
point, right?
Yeah, I think so too, and then I think they were on a roll after that.
Oh, that was smooth.
Nice. Great pick.
Good way to go back at the same guy that dug the short ball. I like
Great
that.
job. Wojtek aiming at the camera. Oh, nice hands.
Wojtek, I like that.
That is tough. Well, 40-30. It's so funny. We talk about it all the time on the stream team, but occasionally, like, the call you might make, like, on camera when you're changing angles or something isn't the call that gets made on the court, and usually it's that guys are being too generous. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
Most of the time it's like, that was a good transition there.
That was nice.
But most of the time it's like like we see it on camera, we're sure a ball is out, and that's what the call was, and somebody goes like, great shot. And you're like, okay, I got the score wrong now for sure. But it's like 99% generosity.
Right.
Ooh, caught it. That's a nice try. Still warm weather paddle.
Yeah, warm weather paddle. I'd like to see these guys maybe hit a few more overheads up the middle and test out the communication with the two forehands in the middle.
Just a little wide. Back to deuce.
Another corner.
Yep, good play. Just pushed it a little bit long.
Yep.
The curse of warm weather paddle is that it's so easy to do too much with even the most delicate of shots, where you're just like, how did that happen? Great volley. Way to get right on top of the net there.
That is a good ball.
The only danger of the big windup, right?
Yes.
If somebody reads it, even if you crack it and they step up on top of the net, the volley is past you before you've gotten your balance back.
Absolutely, but I also think when you see an opponent wearing the sport goggles, I think
you know where they're going to stand.
They are not afraid of being at the net.
Yeah, there's not a lot of fear of the volley.
No, I don't even think Scott puts the lenses in.
Yeah.
He uses them purely for protection.
Yeah, sports goggles, and then if a guy shows up to a match with a cup on, that's you also know.
Clear sign.
You know what his favorite position is.
Yep.
Great touch.
Wow, this is a grind of a
The marathon game.
Yeah.
Deuce number 47, I think.
Game number 6.
Smart.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah, right on. Just a little deep.
Wow, that's tough. Back to deuce.
How many deuces do you have to play for a game to become more than one game? You know what I'm talking about? Like you play a never-ending game and you feel like, oh, Thank God we won that because it was such a worth extra in momentum.
Absolutely.
Or is it the opposite? You try too hard for a long deuce game and then you totally let the next one go.
It is a letdown.
Yeah.
So I don't know what happened there.
I couldn't
was
tell.
blocked by that.
Yeah, I couldn't tell which, if it hit somebody or it went off whose foot?
I think it hit Garber's foot, right?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
All right, we got Mike from Ruth Lake behind us, who played Series 25 paddle last year, and somehow found his way onto the Series 17 playoff roster, or maybe 11s. Was it 11s last year? Yeah, it was 11s. Couldn't believe it.
I mean, I don't know, but you're making big moves, and that's always nice to. It's
Big
always
moves.
nice to
Mike,
see.
Mike, what's your last name?
No, it's Sam Meyer.
Oh, Sam Meyer. Sorry, Sam. I'm gonna call you Mike now, but yeah.
There's a mic on the court, so we were just filling. We were just filling it in.
Yeah.
We were just filling it in with the information. Nice pick. Now I missed what happened in that last game. 4-2.
We are not doing a very good job of the game score, Mark. Is that what it is? 4-2?
I think it's 4-2.
Okay. 2 serving 4.
Sneaky.
Okay. It's leaking over. Let's get back into position here. There we go. Like that.
That is such a sneaky backhand
Wow.
to come
Nice
up with
modified
there.
take back.
Yep. I think 30-15. Once again, there was a couple of quick points in there.
Ooh, that's a big forehand. That's a Big Ten forehand right there.
That's a Big Ten forehand.
or however many teams are in the Big Ten now.
Right. That was a good move.
Wow.
All right, so I was a little bit off on that one. That was clearly Anton and Scott's game. I think that they are up 5-2. We might have to get a little.
Maybe get a little help.
We might have to get a little score check here.
Would you mind asking them? Would you mind asking them where they're at?
Here's it would be this.
Oh, 5-2. Perfect. All right,
Okay.
Scott just he flashed it. Yeah, 5-2.
All right, well, it's good to know I was on in games, even if I, had a point here or there.
So what do you think's being discussed here, Matt?
I'm really hoping that it's going to be about capitalizing on strengths. And so far, the best thing that Ruth Lake has done was to lob a few more balls. It seems like the multi-drive is feeding into exactly what Anton and Scott would prefer to do. I mean, so far, every heavy transition has been like, thank you for letting us volley. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
And so, at this point, I think you got to throw up some extra lobs and maybe pass on some screen drives. That is a good opportunity because a good
great.
lob happened first.
Absolutely. Get them off the net, hit to the open space. I love it. So far, taking your advice here, Matt. Ooh,
See, I think
back
that's the
foot.
one that might get you in
Ooh,
trouble.
Yeah. Back foot drive. I like that play.
That's tough. Just a little late on
Love
the
it. Nice
decision, but really smart to slow it down the middle. The mesmerizer.
Yeah, absolutely.
No one wanted to play that ball.
No. All right, we'll see if Garber can get them back on track here.
That's a.
the Nick. Ooh, he stayed with it.
Oh, nice try.
That's great.
Well, there's our first set right there, going to Medinah. 6-2. These guys are playing pretty fast, but we're going to see if we can sneak in a quick promo from our sponsors at Illinois Bone & Joint.
From the heart of Chicago up to the North Shore and stretching from the northwest suburbs down to Kankakee. From urgent in-office care to virtual in-home visits, we're making orthopedic care available wherever and however you need it. Because while we're adapting our lives to keep each other safe, we know that new injuries will happen and old injuries will still linger. And IBJI is here to help.
All right, it is time for set number 2. And we're back to some heavy spin action from Mike to start us off.
That lefty.
You totally have to block it. You gotta block
He's got a lot of English.
and then you have to aim your paddle about 90 degrees away from where you think you should be.
All right, we'll see here. So two missed returns in a row. We gotta make
Yep.
this one happen.
Look at how far over Wojtek is standing in order to deal with the spin.
Just to get him backhand.
Yep.
He handled that well.
Yeah, that was the right play. Great lob to set it up.
Absolutely.
There you go.
So we'll see in this weather if they could let some of these overheads, their contact points, drop a little bit.
Yeah, see if you can change the trajectory of that ball
Absolutely.
just slightly.
And if
That's
you notice on Scott Wojtek's lobs, he's letting that ball off the screen, letting it come down a little bit more, get a little more height, but also some control on those lobs.
Yeah.
That is big.
That
Anton
is-
did not like that.
Yeah, that is a tough one. And ultimately, a big serve like this is really going to test your screen drive, to be perfectly honest. You know,
Absolutely.
because if you can let some of these go and jump out in the court far enough, I mean, they're going to come so far.
That's nice.
Little long, I think. All right, first game of the second set goes to Ruth Lake.
Nice job. I think you were on point there with the score, Matt.
Thanks, I feel good about it.
That was very good.
You give me 42 minutes and I'm going to figure something out. Let me tell you, McPherson.
And I'll distract you from it.
No, that's not true. That's part of the gig. That's why it requires a team of people,
Absolutely.
you know?
Yep.
You can only switch so many camera angles and keep score and say intelligent things on stream. Well, the intelligent things we don't actually do
That's right.
on the Chicago Platform Tennis live stream. But that's why the announcers for the tournament for this weekend are, going to be of such high caliber.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, I think the lineup this week, I think we have, Mark Fischel.
Yep.
I think we have another Mark Cunnington.
Mark Cunnington's going to jump in.
Jumping in. Mo Morrison.
Mo
from
Morrison is.
Midnight
Brad.
Paddle.
I think Brad is slated to.
Easterbrook,
Yeah.
right?
Yep. Those guys are great. They know what they're talking about and they're paying attention. Also, we'll keep scores and change the cameras so that they don't have to deal with it.
Definitely.
A double bonus.
Although they will have your help with the production.
That's true. That's true.
That's a great reset. Let's see that again. Yeah, I like that.
Is this first point still?
I believe so.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Ooh, I like that hover and cover by Anton. Hugging that net as his partner's going back for the overhead. That was put a lot of pressure on the drive there.
That is the way to do it. Love. Oh, what a great blitz to put some pressure on.
That was nice little pressure. Absolutely.
I think there might not be enough people that understand that the blitz is like an investment strategy. It's not necessarily like we're going to win this point right now with a winning volley.
Absolutely.
Right? Just add some pressure, put somebody in a position where they feel like they have to hit a perfect volley or they have to hit a perfect spot. You get full credit when somebody misses a volley wide if you're the blitzer because you put the pressure on to create that situation.
Oh yeah, when you see somebody coming in just to get that volley or to get their eyes to kind of be distracted from the ball a little bit, I think that pays huge
That was
dividends.
a quick one. We're over to Rob serving.
Oh, they got the righty
Tough
lefty
one.
on the wrong side.
Oh, and he gets the lead cord. Nice. Gotta appreciate Anton aiming for the cameras.
That's nice.
He did it again.
Smart, safe shot. Oh no.
Oh, wow. Great first point there. I always like it when the shotgun mic can really pick up somebody crashing into the screen on court 2. Little deep, I think.
Okay, let's see here. This is a quick game.
Really taking a cut at that one. Wanted out of that game.
So we Ruth Lake 3-0 here.
It
Second
is.
set.
It is. Up in the second set, a quick 3-0.
Oh, is it? Are we sure about that?
2-1, huh?
Perfect.
Cool.
We got the 1-2 from Wojtek. And also the peanut gallery behind us.
That helps.
Good reset. I like that a lot. I think once again we got to get these two guys in the backcourt communicating a little more. Or just go for every corner.
Listen, if you're not hitting it directly into the nick, then, what's the point of the game? That's pretty close, too.
Ooh. Nice to keep that in. A little high to low cut.
Yeah, good move. Oh, trying to get out of the way and just clipped the paddle on that
We'll
one.
never know. We'll never know if it was going out.
Could have
because
had
he hit it.
could have had Rafael Nadal like topspin. Like we don't know what the ball might have done. That was a good spot.
That was right at the right hip.
Changing it up. It was funny because Scott came in before the match started and he was like, "Hey, listen, I just need to know how much that shotgun mic is going to pick up." And I was like, it's going to be able to hear you keep scoring stuff. And he's like, "Okay, so watch the language. Got it." And I was like, "Yeah, I don't have a 7-second delay or anything." At least he asked.
Yes,
Most
Scott.
people are like, "Listen, I'm going to play, and if you want to put it on camera, that's up to you."
Exactly. Scott's definitely known for being heard at the pool. From the paddle courts. True story.
It's a good lob.
Oh, very nice.
Catching some lines
All right, we're tied up here, 2-2.
in order to take it 2-all.
All right. We'll see if Garber can sustain this. It's pretty tiring to swing that aggressive at a ball on every serve.
Yeah, that's tough.
But fortunately, his service games have not been that long.
I think Scott's saying, like, listen, you're allowed to miss a serve if you want to. Like, so far he has served 100%. That was a nice block on the return and a good follow-up
I will say,
for an
unrelated
early
to
first
that,
point.
We should give Mike Garber a little shout out for those sweet DNR shoes. Those look
I
super
know.
comfy.
Yeah. I don't feel like you see Diodora on the paddle court very often.
No, I think they're getting slowly coming into the sport.
Point. 5-all.
It's a tough spot. Let's see if you guys can see the angle on this ball. That was a good block just to get something going.
Very nice. I like that decision.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Great lob.
Nice little transition here. Making that first ball after transition, not as easy as it looks.
No. It's actually one of the things that's toughest to do, and why perhaps your best play on transition is to slow everything down so you can get reestablished. So many people are like, I have a chance, and then they go so aggressive that
Yes.
you never really settle yourself.
Everybody listening knows that I know that from experience.
Right. What I like to do to throw people off is be in a position of control and then totally blow it.
And totally mess it up. Big point here.
I think 30 all. Not 100% on that one. Ooh, sneaky.
Oh, he made
And
volley.
the drop shot.
Wow.
Okay, I lied. It was 40-15.
Anton could not believe his partner made that shot.
It was amazing. Oh, you know what it was? I gave him the point in transition. We had that whole conversation. I was like, oh, they took the net.
They took the net.
Yep, that was my fault.
And then they missed the foul.
And then we missed the volley.
Oh, no.
One of the toughest parts about dealing with huge servers is that you have to play it totally differently based on the side of the court.
Oh, absolutely.
You know what I mean? Where, like, I do think if Anton started to let Mike's serve go a little bit, I think that he would find some ways to drive off the screen. But I agree that Wojtek probably has to be blocking the ball so it doesn't spin off the side screen or get buried in the corner.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I think it grabs a bit more on in the corner on that deuce side.
With that big lefty spin.
Yeah. But then it's also give and take. I think if Anton starts to let that go, you've got to have a lot better footwork to catch up to that ball.
Nice shot.
Come on.
Wow.
It's far enough. Turn and run, Scott. Come on. He's good at that, actually. I've seen him do it.
Five all?
Nice little cut.
That's a really good lob, but maybe just trying to force it a little bit to take advantage. It was a pretty good pace of a reset overhead as well.
Yeah, I like, going for the angle there, not so much the play. It's more the space that's created between the player and the net.
Right. I do think Anton did a good job stepping up to try to
Pressure.
take space away.
I agree with you.
Kind of had to thread the needle. Oh, that's a tough ball.
Two-handed, forehand volley. Almost made it.
Nice hands.
That's really good pressure by Ruth Lake.
Yep.
And now reestablishing their baseline here. Oh,
Little deep.
that's going to hurt.
Just a hair long. I think that is game 3 all right there.
If we're right. If we're right.
if we're right. Rob to serve. There's a possibility that we're right.
So you're saying
Good volley.
Yeah, little drive lob. I like that. Drive, pull him in, lob, get him off the net. All that momentum going forward off that first volley.
You know what's interesting in that last game is that it certainly seemed like Anton and Scott, when they got into a little bit of a hole early in the set, they were swinging the ball around a lot from side to side,
Yes.
which you have a big tendency to do when you're playing against a righty-lefty combo, right? Because you're like, well, that's where the backhands are,
Right.
but sometimes it's not worth the effort of moving the ball around. And they played in that last game. They played several points. Great stretch on that volley. Way to cut that off.
The reach.
Yep. But they played several points where they just kind of isolated one guy for 7 or 8 shots.
Yep, I agree with that. I think a lot of times the opening is too enticing instead of going with more with the percentage and wearing one guy down.
Little deep. Oh, he's there. Nice pick.
Oh, good transition. Go.
Yep.
Redirects it. Come on, Anton.
Oh, he's taking a big swing at that one. It was interesting, but it definitely was an opportunity.
Good hands. Nice low preparation coming in.
Oh,
Almost.
just a little wide.
Couldn't even see that one.
That's a good rip.
That's big time right there.
Great swing.
I'm actually surprised I haven't seen any alternate formations here off of Anton's return.
Is that the usual? Is that what you usually start to see?
I think so. I think a lot of the guys start to just say, "Hey, cut our losses."
Let's mix it up.
Yeah. You know, I like Ozzy, but you know, Ozzy and stay back, I think is a nice little play.
Yeah, at this point, I wonder if they're just kind of saying, you know, it's not like they're having. I mean, they're making a fair amount of first volleys,
Yep.
and it's not like anybody is blitzing off the big return
Very
and
true.
punishing them immediately.
Yep. I agree.
And so maybe they're just kind of like, you know what, we'll take our chances until somebody starts to really. That was a
Yeah.
big swing.
So this is a game, I would say, where Anton is locked in. He's hit pretty much every forehand square. I think you have to make these early adjustments in this second set. I
Yep.
mean, that's. You just don't want to give
Yep.
him another look. He's batting 1,000 in that game.
Yep.
5 monster forehands.
Yeah, and I agree with you. So will that be the catalyst to say, like, we should, you know, consider doing something else with that return?
Yep.
Because ultimately that was kind of the the game changer on that one. It was like he got to hit 5 huge forehands during that game.
I mean,
and
those are as good as it gets.
yeah,
right
those
there.
volleys were not made.
Yeah. All right, let's see if Scott adds some juice on this one. I don't think he will. I think he'll stay nice and steady.
That's tough.
Big return.
That ball that comes right at your face. Great transition. Oh,
The
no!
paddle toss, maybe? No.
Thinking about it.
No.
The ball that was
30
just
years ago, yes.
wanting to make the volley and the point's over. And it did not clear the tape.
Oh, great ball.
Yep.
Good little half volley there.
Also
I think
a
half
good
volley
pick.
is a bit underrated in paddle. It's a little easier to control some of those harder shots.
Yep, agreed. So this is another point where I think, ooh, they got away with it. I was going to say this is another point where we've seen a lot of side to side.
Yes.
You know?
Yeah, that windshield wiper.
Mm-hmm. And maybe potentially not as much of a benefit as you'd like.
Yeah, I think if you're able to find screens, sometimes windshield wipering isn't so bad.
Yeah.
But ultimately, it makes you have to shift a ton.
Yep.
And using the middle at least holds one player a little more accountable to leaning
Yeah.
and then maybe picking back on that same player.
Yeah. Sometimes I think that the shifting the ball around target-wise, it feels more aggressive in your head than it actually turns into, you know, against your opponent.
Yes.
You know, you feel like, well, I'm hitting it through that guy's backhand, but like if you're falling away from the court and you just kind of snap the ball down, you know, and it generally goes to the screen,
Yep.
like that's not really putting somebody under pressure.
Yes.
You know, but you know, if you get a low ball and you have the chance to hit a roller low into somebody's corner, that's a totally different thing.
Totally different story. Yep. Oh, nice little nick.
It's a good
there.
shot.
Good stuff. A couple really good drop volleys there, but unfortunately it's 52 degrees out?
Yep.
I just snuck a little peek at your computer screen
there it is. I wonder if my computer knows where we are right now. That's a good question.
Well, you are hooked directly into the network here.
That's a
are you
good
not?
point. You're right. I hope that it's correct. Otherwise, I've lost all faith in technology.
That's right.
Which would be a bad day for me because I'm pretty technology heavy.
I would agree. It was very impressive to see to see your setup today. Although I had seen it before, but this is an impressive setup you have here, Matt.
Thanks. CPTC is always very supportive in trying to, you know, try new things and troubleshoot and get stuff right. Not satisfied with
See,
just
there we go.
putting a cell phone behind the screen and pressing
Yes.
play, you know. And
You know, Facebook Live is good for other things.
it's a good game right there.
So I just got a text from a member, and it's a photo of some members in Cancun watching us on the live stream.
Somebody tell them they could Chromecast that onto their television. They don't have to huddle around one cell phone.
It's wonderful.
Do you think it hits the level of true addiction when you're in Cancun and you're like, I wonder what's going on in paddle?
Oh, it's so nice here. I wonder what it's like
Oh,
in
this
Chicago.
is wonderful. I wonder if those guys have their gloves on. Oh, that is a great drive.
All right, they're.
I think 15 all.
I think so. This is nice. I have to leave in about 5 minutes to pick my daughter up from gymnastics.
Okay,
That'd
this
be
could
great
be
if-
this could be
that'd
fantastic
be great
timing.
if this did not go 3 sets. But for the viewers.
But for the for the viewers at home, this is great movement up at the net right here. Smart.
Nice. Stayed in. I love the sportsmanship.
Oh, we
and
were
there's that
just
transition we were talking
about that. You have them on the ropes, and you're like, I should keep them in trouble, and it has the opposite effect.
Yep.
I remember I brought that up once in practice, and I stopped somebody, same thing. They hit
Yeah.
a great lob, came in, and then blew the ball wide. And they were like, but when I get up there, don't I want to keep them in trouble? And I was like, well, not if you lose the point. And they were like, well, right, but most of the time. And I was like, I mean, what I was talking about happened just now. Like, it's 100%, like that's why I'm telling you to do it differently. If you had hit it into the corner, I wouldn't have been able to say anything, but
Yes.
here we are.
They can't make an error if you make it first.
Right. Great serve.
Gosh,
And
really?
he's starting to handle it.
Wow. Okay, we got 5-4.
Yep.
We'll see if Anton Cruz can serve this out, but all right, here we go. 5-4, Medinah. Mike Garber returning. Good lob. Nice pressure. Resetting with the lob. And he's really,
Oh, that was tough.
you know, but like you said earlier, it's the payoff of the constant pressure that
Yeah.
maybe gives you a little that hesitation to stick your paddle out.
That's a smart volley. Maybe trying to add a little too much pressure on that one.
Yeah, what I like about Scott's volleying, a lot of, watch, he won't do it here, but now that I'm giving him the compliment, but he does keep his volleys in front of him
Yes.
very well. He doesn't change direction on them.
Yes. That's a good call there from Anton to call for help. All right, 30 serving 15. Nice try.
Way to build the wall there.
Yep.
I mean, that was nice. Although, Mike hasn't missed many of those.
Nope.
There we go. There's a little conservative push forehand there. So I really like that. Anton's on that deuce side, kind of resetting. I know you got a lefty with a big forehand, but you can keep that reset kind of deep to the middle there. It's pretty safe. Nice, Scott. Rob's showing some patience here. Rob Cook, right?
Rob Cook.
Nobody wants to lose this game. I'll tell you that.
Nope.
Who's going to have the shot clock, Matt?
So far, it's a bunch of good decisions.
A lot of great decisions. I agree. Ooh.
Sneaky with the high backhand volley.
Man, these guys are in the zone right now.
Uh-huh.
Another smart reset.
Yeah.
Another change of direction.
That's the way that's the way that's gonna go.
Come on, let's wear.
You know, I hate to say it, but how often does match point feel like the way you should have played the entire match?
Oh,
You know what I mean?
so often.
I know I'm guilty of it. Well, now that I'm about to lose, I am not gonna make any mistakes.
We've all been there, Matt.
Ooh, flagged that one. That was nice of him.
Oh, man.
Little
I wonder what the count was on
deep.
that match point.
That was quite the that was quite the series of shots there.
That was
That
impressive.
is a very good. That's a very good match there. A little come from behind victory after going down early in the second set there.
Well, Matt, thank you for having me.
You know what?
This was a pleasure.
Thank you for letting us take over your hut with a giant suitcase full of cables.
I mean, this is amazing.
This is super fun to be here, especially on the Southwest League, and get to see some of these guys play. And hopefully we'll stay out of your hair this weekend. And good luck this weekend with both playing and being a tournament director. Always a difficult thing.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'd like to give just a quick shout out to the Glen Ellen Platform Tennis Club, the GPTC, and Pat Bouchard, who's the president of that club, and Mike Graham, who's both have been instrumental in helping us organize this tournament. Also, our GM and assistant GM here at Medinah, Robert Sorecci and Adam Claus, for all the support. And just wanted to give
that's good. It's a
special
solid credit
recognition.
roll. I like it. All right, you guys, we are going to see you tomorrow for the women's final from Medinah right here in the afternoon. So looking forward to that tournament. Check out live scoring on the APTA website, and we'll be live with a bunch of the matches throughout the weekend. Thanks.